Oh hi. This is Joe Ross the 6th.
And I am the Theodd1scout.
We have decided to celebrate the really late anniversary of one of Joe Ross Productions' favorite videos. Drew Pickles talks about closing logos.
Here is how we are going to do it. We will look at every logo shown in the videos posted by Theodd1scout. We will not cover the logos that were covered by other people like Scoot69, Andrew Ambrose, Iron Yoshi, or Jack the Cryogonal. Like the original series of videos, this will be split into 4 parts, with the very video you are watching being the first part. Unlike the original, we will have only one guest. And that said guest will be making an appearance in the 3rd part of this series. There will be no other cameos aside from that because we are trying to be as original as possible.
And since we are associated with horror, we will tell you our honest opinions on each logo, and if we think it is scary or not. If we don't find it scary, we might find some things that might have scared other people. Keep in mind that this series is the only logo-related video that you'll get from us, and that we don't normally make stuff like this. Go check out Joe Ross Productions or Joe Ross's 2nd channel, if you want any more logo content.
That's enough exposition. Play the first logo.
This first logo is from a company called VidTV, or, as it is called by others, BND. I can understand perfectly why anyone would be scared of this logo. Just listening to the sounds, seeing the bar shake and the ball falling only to reveal some random statue head could send shivers down one's spine. There are also other variants of this logo, with this one being the weirdest.
Вид. Ничего не видно по вашему виду.
As time evolved, this logo changed and it became less and less creepy. It has gotten to the point where in their most recent logo that I discovered that the thing on the statue's head is actually a toad.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, I am. Take a look for yourself.
Wow. I never looked at it that way.
This is the BBC logo from 1990 that was seen on some Wallace and Gromit VHS tapes. I'm going to go with a minority and say that this logo isn't as scary as some people are making it out to be. Nothing about it creeps me out in my opinion, not even the music. It is actually a nice opening and closing logo.
Yeah, I agree, Theodd1scout. I don't see anything scary about this logo at all. Let's move on to the next logo.
Sneeush is a logo seen at the end of every show made by Craig Bartlett, including Hey Arnold. I can say that I can see why some people find it scary. The choir singing Sneeush, the dark background, and the music could send chills down anyone's spine. What I personally find scary about this is that this logo remained the same and never even changed. I find it even scarier that nobody complained about this being slightly racist because of the totem bird used as the logo. I don't think I have anything else to say other than the logo looks rather unfitting when seeing it on one of Craig Bartlett's shows. Especially Hey Arnold.
And since that show does whatever it takes to pull at your heartstrings, seeing something like that at the end of each episode feels out of place. The only thing I can compare this to is the Braniff logo that Andrew Ambrose showed. Oh yes. WGBH. The logo that was mostly seen at the end of Arthur. How could we not talk about this?
We personally do not find it scary, but I can say that the synthesized music, the flashing lights, and the silence after the flash could startle a few. What's scarier than that though is their older logo, which originated in 1971.
And what's even scarier than that is this sound has never changed all those years. Not one bit.
What about when they dropped the W in their name for whatever reason and became just GBH?
Yes. Even when they completely dropped the W and became GBH for some reason, they still kept the same synthesized sound that plagues the minds of children everywhere. This next one is a combination of 3 logos seen at the end of the rejected X-Men pilot.
The first logo is not that scary, but when the second logo comes, that is where the creepiness begins. Spider-Man reaching toward the screen in a dark background could make the children watching back away in fear, and the last logo, with a night-like setting and the creepy music, finally seals it off as being an understandably scary logo combination altogether. The second logo would make for some good creepypasta material, if you ask me.
Joe Ross Productions has seen the last logo when he watched Warriors of the Wind.
Actually, it's Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, but whatever.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Time for an unpopular opinion. This logo is not as scary as people are making it out to be. I mean, why do people find not scary logos scary? I do not see anything that frightening. It's actually decent.
I mean, yeah, the feature presentation text quickly zooming toward the screen and the silence could scare some young viewers, but this isn't scary at all. There is another variant that Joe Ross Productions has seen before on one of his VHS tapes.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
This variant is just as decent, if not a little better than the previous one, because of the added cloudy background and the different look as well as the gold text.
Mark 7th is another one of those infamously scary logos that people have talked about. I can agree that this logo can be seen as scary with the silence, the hammer, the drum beats on most of the logos, the sound, and in this one especially, the spider.
Here are the other variants, some of which have music at the end of them.
Many Adult Swim fans may remember hearing the sound used in Williams Street.
Oh yes. You brought up a good point. There are some logos that sound similar to or reuse sounds from other logos, and Williams Street is one of them. World Vision is another good example of this, but we're not going to look at that one. Instead, we'll be looking at this one. The Deke Entertainment logo from 1987 to 1998 was a huge candidate for haunting people. Before we talk about that logo, we'll talk about the second logo. The Coca-Cola Telecommunications logo here was seen at the end of some Deke programs. For Joe Ross Productions, he saw it at the end of the real Ghostbusters. At first one would think it is shameless advertising, but if you read the article on it, you'll know about it a bit more. This was a division, created by Coca-Cola themselves and Sony, that started in 1986 and ended in 1987. As you can see, it was short-lived. When the division folded, the logo got removed almost entirely. I say almost because, well, see for yourself. Wow. Just wow. All they did was plaster the Deep logo over the audio hoping nobody will notice. I would have preferred it removed entirely and just have the Deep logo play. The music is okay I guess, but aside from that there is nothing else to say about it.
Well, for Joe Ross Productions' friend Phony Bird, the Coca-Cola Telecommunications logo is nostalgic to him for some odd reason.
My guess is that he had seen it before on one of the Deep entertainment shows. With that out of the way, let's finally dive into the Deep logo.
Those two versions of the Deep logo were not the ones Joe Ross Productions grew up with. This version was
Deep.
Joe Ross Productions remembers seeing that logo at the end of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Now for our unpopular opinion. This logo isn't even that scary, as people are making it out to be. Okay, it probably was not scary for us, because the kid in bed is barely shown. I didn't know that there was someone in that bed to begin with.
I mean, the logo moves so quickly that you don't have time to notice the kid in bed. At least Joe Ross Productions never noticed it. We personally like the music shown in the logo, especially the later variant. That was all the logos for today. To be continued until the second part of this 4-part series.
This is Joe Ross the 6th and the Theodd1scout.
Signing off.
Hey, thanks, bye.